The talk is over, preparation done.
Undoubtedly, the biggest fight of the year.
It's the DAZN Boxing Show live. This is AJ versus Usyk. We've done a hop, skip and a jump from the iconic Bill Nicholson pub to this absolutely magnificent stadium in North London, the wonderful Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where 65,000 AJ fans will be hoping that he can beat Oleksandr Usyk, his mandatory challenger, and keep his heavyweight titles. This is the DAZN Boxing Show with myself, Adi Oladipo, Ak and Barak. Guys, let's get into it. This is what we've been waiting for, right? We've been saying all week, this is big time boxing. This is our Super Bowl. It doesn't get any bigger than an AJ fight, and this place is gonna be crazy in about, 4 hours when AJ makes his ring walk, wearing all white. What is he, 6'5"? He's gonna look about 8 foot tall. This is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, I'm thinking about buying a flat here. I want to be a citizen here in the UK, just only because of the way the fight fans treat fighters here, Barack.
You mean buying a flat stomach or a flat
No, I'm never going to have a flat
Why you
stomach.
always thinking about the stomach?
I don't know, man. I'm a bully. That's what I do. But listen, what you're saying about the all-white is about consistency. Like Triple G, always coming out to the same song. That's what people get excited about. So when he comes out from the bottom and he's in that white robe, they're expecting that and they get excited.
Listen, I'm only excited a couple of times a year for certain fighters. We talk about big time boxing. You only get a handful of these throughout the year. This is pretty much the biggest fight of the year. You're talking about a unification heavyweight showdown. AJ fighting an undefeated fighter, both Olympic gold medalists. The matchup doesn't get better than this.
Is this bigger than Canelo versus Saunders? 73,000 people.
Ah, man, I mean, that's a tough question, but I'm gonna go say yes.
It's the heavyweight division. Of course it's bigger. That was a trick question.
Come on, Ak. Guys, you were at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Yes.
Barak, we've taken a bit of a walk around. How would you compare the stadiums?
It's different. It's about
We have to
area
go back
space.
to Texas, all right?
I
At
guess
some
so.
point.
It's different, but you know what? It's beyond that. It's that I know the level of intensity of the fanship here, and that's what I'm anticipating.
Yeah, and not to mention, this is a beautiful, impeccable stadium. I mean, I was walking through the stadium, the restaurants look like 5-star restaurants in the stadium.
It's
so
crazy.
I'm pretty sure the people are gonna be really
How many did you eat at?
for the drama. Come on, let me go with my
flat stomach again,
I'm
right?
a flat stomach.
Listen, Eddie, I told you I was walking in as you parked before we walked in here. Even though the fans aren't here, I felt the energy. There was a vibe, an aura, a frequency that something dramatic was about to happen tonight, just walking in there with no fans. So that's the type of night I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic night. Absolutely fantastic show here as well for you for the next hour and a half. We've got some crazy guests coming on the show. We've got Eddie Hearn, we've got Tony Belly, we've got Liam Smith, we've got KG and Travis. We all know how good KG and Travis are. And we're hoping to get Dillian Whyte as well. But first, it's time for opening bell. All right, let's get into it, guys. Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk. Quickly, honest here now, where's Oleksandr Usyk in your heavyweight rankings? You know when you think of heavyweight rankings? Because the people have asked me, is it almost like 2 semi-finals, right? We got this fight and then we got Wilder Fury coming up. Is Usyk number 4 for you when you look at that rankings? Where are we?
I'm going to be honest with you, Barack and I have gone back and forth about this. I mean, Usyk has been not only in the heavyweight rankings, he's been on the pound for pound list. Some people have him at 4, at number 5. I'm not sure if he's deserving of the pound for pound list. But in heavyweights, I mean, you have to put him behind Fury, Wilder, AJ. I mean, who else can you be put in front of Usyk right now, even though he's only had 2 fights?
You're gonna tell Dillian Whyte that when Dillian Whyte...
Thank you.
Dillian Whyte walks in there right now.
Stop it.
I'm known to change my story when certain people come around, so I might switch it up when Dillian.
He said truthful. He said be truthful. Listen,
in boxing, who's truthful?
I don't mind guys who have conquered the undisputed title in other divisions and move up, getting a shot at the title. I don't mind that. But to say that put him above guys like Dillian Whyte, who's been putting in work in this division for years, I just don't see that. That doesn't make
Dillian
sense.
Whyte puts in work October 30th as well. Don't forget that against Otto Volin. We will be speaking to Dillian Whyte a bit later about that fight. That's a great fight. But more on this one. Obviously, those were the weigh-in scenes yesterday. Thousands turned up. AJ 17 stone 1, just below 17 stone 2, 240 pounds. Oleksandr Usyk, 221 pounds. What do we make of the weight?
Well, I talked about this yesterday. The stare down was very important to me. Again, I'm going to harp on the fact that I'm not thinking the weight is going to be a big difference here. I mean, AJ's the bigger man. Even though Usyk is a little heavier, that might not serve him well in a fight in the later rounds.
Yeah.
He might gas out. Maybe he'll be a little
Is Usyk
sluggish.
put on too much weight? I've seen Usyk around 215, a bit less than that, 221, it's only 6 pounds, but he looks a bit wider, you know, in the midriff there, doesn't he? He looks a bit bigger. Usyk.
Absolutely, but that's yet to be seen. We don't know. We don't know. All I know is that this is the same weight that Joshua had last fight. So he's prepared for this. That's what we do know. So we don't know how Usyk is going to take with that 4 pounds, 5 pounds extra.
But Rock, I noticed some memes on social media after the weigh-in. The stare down was on point when it came to Anthony Joshua. But afterwards, there were some smiles, there were some handshakes, and then people started comparing it to the little interaction with him and Andy Ruiz. Did you get that same type of vibe?
Yeah, that's what I said yesterday.
You didn't like it? You didn't like it?
I didn't like it. I like it when... I don't mind the respect. I always want respect. I don't want pushing and punching and slapping and bleeding. I don't want that.
You don't want no Canelo kind of plot.
Yeah, but I don't like when fighters fight and every round they're like, hey, before I punch you in the face, let's have gloves. Like,
These Germans, they're about to go to war. I mean, smiling, I don't care for it.
You know what it is, though? They know they don't need to. These guys know they're both warriors, right? They're not trying to sell us anything. They're not trying to sell the fight. The fight's sold. It's going to do millions. We know it's sold out over here. It's done. We don't need to do pushing and pulling. These two know what they're doing. And you said this, me and you were speaking. AJ's character is AJ's character. Usyk's character is his character. They're not going to change up for us right now.
Absolutely. We don't need to expect anything different than that.
We just need to see it inside the ring. And I think even though AJ was light, I think him being quick on his feet is going to serve him well. I don't think we're going to see an Andy Ruiz or Joseph Parker type of performance. I think we're just going to see a sharp AJ that's going to be aggressive. He just wants to be a little light on his feet.
No matter what, it's not going to negate his power.
No.
3-4 pounds less is never going to negate Anthony Joshua's power.
It won't. Co-main event, Lawrence Okolie defends his WBO crown. I like Lawrence Okolie. I want him to perform here tonight. Co-main event, so this place is going to be absolutely packed. This is what the chance he's been waiting for, right? Eddie's got him here as co-main. I want him to put on a performance.
See, he's such a truthful guy, and every time he sees us, I don't know, we keep thinking back to the time when he fought on the undercard, and he wasn't...
On a Povetkin card.
Yeah,
the Matty Askin fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of holding then.
Yeah.
That's a different... That's a different... That's a little bit.
No, but it's like he's still trying to live that down.
Yeah.
He's still trying to live that down, but look at his confidence. We spoke to him the other day, and he said, like, what? I'm going to get him out of there early.
Yeah, and hopefully I didn't distract him too much when I said, what if Canelo goes up to cruiserweight? Would you fight him? He got too excited about that.
Yes. Yes. He said yes, he would fight him. But look, what I like is that a lot of people have been talking about him moving up to heavyweight. For me, he's got work at cruiserweight. Bradis now says he wants to stay at cruiserweight. Bradis is the #1 in the division, there's no doubt about that. Makabu's here as well. There's fights here now. Big money fights, big blockbuster fights as well. Stay at cruiserweight for a couple of years, and then, if you're ready to go to heavy, go.
It's just hard. It's tempting with this division so popping right now, the heavyweight division, the money, the type of fights that he could be involved with. And it's tempting for a cruiserweight to want to go up to heavyweight. I mean, that's why Usyk is there. That's why tons of guys have done it before him. That's why Holyfield did it. Michael Moore did it. All of these guys did it because this is the division to be in.
Yeah, but there's something about taking a company from the ground level and building it up. And you're your own company. And I think that he has a good story. And when you talk to him, he seems quiet, but when you talk to him, he has character as well.
He's
and
a
if
rapper.
he brings out his story, his rapping ability, and all of his character, he can make that division popular for once.
Indeed. Looks great undercard as well. Campbell Hatton, Callum Smith, Florian Marcoux. That's a fight, by the way, against Maxime Prodan. If you don't know how to watch it, this is how you do it.
They're everywhere.
And here comes Canelo.
Defying odds, logic, reason. The game changes. We call them gifted. But that's an insult to the hard work and determination to never throw in the towel. It's the willpower and the staying power to go with the stopping power. To fight convention and bloody the nose of tradition. This is your boxing. Your way. DAZN. Game changed.
Open the shirt, the jacket.
Fix that up.
Who better to talk about Oleksandr Usyk than this man, Tony Bellew, who fought him back in November 2018. My friend as well, I've missed you. My DAZN Boxing Show friend is with us for
You
this
need us
one.
to leave, guys?
Can you go?
I see that. That's why I saw the hand on the thigh. I was like, I'll go.
Not that kind of party, boy. We can get there eventually.
You're not easy.
Tony, great to have you here. Let's just jump straight into it, Tony. Oleksandr Usyk, that fight back in 2018, you spoke about it so much. Me and you've done a playback for it as well. Just how good is Usyk?
The best I ever faced.
By some distance.
Yes, exceptional in all departments. Judgment at distance is off the radar. He's just really good at what he does, guys.
What do you say to those that say he didn't perform well in a heavyweight division? He did what he fought not the best of Tony Bellew, not in his prime, and he didn't look good against Chisora or Witherspoon. Can that play a part?
First off, he fought the best version of me. So let's just.
You think so?
Is that so?
Really?
Come on, Tony.
Everyone keeps playing him down.
Come on, Tony. He didn't fight the best version.
Yes, I'm at the end of my career. Yes, I understand that, but I've just come off the two most notable wins of my career.
That's true.
Just destroyed the former heavyweight champion of the world, and he's coming back off two fantastic wins that he has. Everybody says he's going to blow me away. I deal with him, then I'm in with Usyk. Guys, he's just better than me.
There's some highlights of the fight now we're showing.
He's unbelievable.
I mean, you had success in the
Tony,
fight,
you
no
were
question.
super sharp, rounds 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Able sharp.
Because you see what the thing is, guys, no one's able to make him miss. I was, and that's the difference. I'm able to slip, roll, do things inside that he's not used to. He's so smart and clever. He adapts after the first 4 rounds, and then he starts making me think more. And I'm not gonna lie.
Was it exhausting? Did that make you tired?
Exactly. They hit the nail on the head.
Mentally, more than physically, or a bit of both?
Physically, I shouldn't have been tired because the workload is not that much. Mentally, I was exhausted.
All right.
At the end of round 7, the coach asked me in the corner, are you tired? And I said, I'm exhausted. And I can't explain why, because I'd sparred in my last sparring session 12 rounds with 3 or 4 separate opponents. I was flying for each round. I had a niggling injury going in, but it didn't play any part in the loss. I just lost to the better man, guys. Sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say, he's better than me. Now, the excuses of your age and stuff like that, just throw them away. And what goes on in the Witherspoon fight and the Chisora fight, it goes that way because he lets it go that way. Just watch him against Murat Gassiev. Gassiev is far stronger and far more dangerous than Chaz Witherspoon and Derek Chisora. And Derek's my boy, I love Derek. But Murat Gassiev is a dangerous man.
Big puncher as well.
Right, yes.
He could not lay a glove on Oleksandr. Well, why? Because he goes in there with fear. The same fear that he will go in there with tonight. He will be super razor sharp tonight. Trust me, his feet will be on point. He will not allow himself to be backed up to the ropes and stay there. The reason why I pick AJ is purely because athletically, he's the only heavyweight in the world who can get there and stay there. The other guys are too slow, Fury included, but Fury won't box him by pressing him. Fury will box him by drawing him to him. He will make it a horrible, ugly fight. AJ will press, and he has to press. Do not get into a boxing match with this guy. He's a genius.
What's his best attribute? Is it his feet?
His judgment at distance.
Yeah.
Yes, his feet are exceptional. Everybody raves about Vasily Lomachenko, and I'm one of his biggest fans, by the way. But we rave on him more than we do Oleksandr Usyk. Why? Because he does the matador to a bull thing with the thing, or he teases fighters, or he puts his chin out. Oleksandr Usyk doesn't do that. He just plays the game straight. Why do we not rave on him? Because he's every bit as good as Vasily Lomachenko. His punch output, his punch selection, his judgment at distance, the way how he can navigate his way through 12 rounds.
He's unbeaten.
Outside of all of that, though, the narrative is that he doesn't hit that hard. You beg to differ, obviously.
He hits, it's not that he hits hard now. Everyone's going to say, well, Tony must hit hard, he stopped you. Yes, he did, but in all due respect, my grandmother would have stopped me in that 8th round. I was that tired. But then again, let's remember, why was I tired? He made me tired. So I was exhausted. I give him all the credit in the world. He's exceptional. I don't think there's ever been a cruiserweight better.
Well, I definitely appreciate your honesty, and I trust you. But why go that way with Chisora? Why make it look like that?
He wants to feel the strength of a heavyweight. I believe that he feels the power of Derek in them first couple of rounds and knows that he can adjust. He sees the punches coming. That's the big thing with Derek. You will see them coming. They're right in front of your eyes. And anything you can see coming, it's not going to do
move out of the
that
way.
much. Yes, you can move out the way, or you can
roll
absorb
with it. Yeah,
of course. But so it's the one that you don't see that hits, and that's the thing with AJ. He's going to throw 3s and 4s, and you ain't going to see all 4. You might see the first 2, but number 3 is going to copy, and you ain't ready for that. If anyone hits this boy to the body, you're going to get a reaction also.
Yeah.
You're obviously picking AJ. Later on in the show, we're going to get into some power rankings in the heavyweight division, but where would you rate Anthony Joshua if he has a big win against Alexander Usyk in terms of heavyweights?
In terms of the heavyweight division and how it lies right now, if he stops Oleksandr Usyk, I rate him as number 1. Straight away. At the moment, before we go into this fight, I rate Fury as number 1. I rate AJ as number 2. I rate Usyk as number 3.
Well, after the Chisora and Witherspoon fight, he goes straight up to number 3 for you?
It's what he's...
Because of the body of work.
It's what he's capable of. The only way I can moan at this is Dillian. Dillian's resume is fantastic. For the guy since the AJ loss, he fights anyone and everyone. His victories have been phenomenal. The Rivas win was majestic. The win over Parker is very much overlooked. He digs deep. He gets up off the floor. He's a battler. He never gives in, Dillian. So I don't like doing it, but I'm going to put Oleksandr Usyk above Dillian purely for the fact of what he's done at cruiserweight. I'm sorry, guys. He's beaten unbelievable names. Now, he also beats Derek Chisora in better fashion than Dillian did, and I know what you're going to say. Well, Dillian knocked him out. Was losing on card every card.
That's true.
Was losing on points to every single card.
That's true.
And in the first fight, I actually didn't think Dillian should have got it, but he did. But that's me being a bit biased towards Derek. What Dillian's done since then is another level. I agree, but we still don't have that signature performance. That one where we go, you know what, guys, he's one of the big boys now. So I actually. Going on Deontay Wilder's performance against Tyson Fury, I drop him below Dillian Whyte. He's a one-trick pony, don't get me wrong.
Okay, so...
Hell of a trick. It's a hell of a trick. The trick hits you. You wake up in an ambulance.
It's a good trick, and he's made that work as well. Tony, look, you fought at Goodison Park, right? This is a bit different, isn't it? This is a bit of a...
This is a whole new ball game, mate. This is it.
What's it going to be like for Usyk walking out here in front of 65,000 plus this in about, 5 hours?
Forget about walking out there and seeing that crowd, because he's so mentally focused, and he's a complex character, let's not lie to ourselves. This guy's a bit of a maniac, I'm not going to lie.
That's good from you, that's good. If you're saying that, then I believe it.
And he claims
if you're saying it, Tony,
I'm trying the best to just act normal these days. I can switch if you want it. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're good.
I've got it.
It'll get our ratings up. Let's do it.
Let's just flip a script. So, I'm not going to lie, I actually think Alexander's intimidated by Anthony. I think he's intimidated by just the physical presence of him. Everything, he wants to be friendly, it's shaking the hands, and he does this with a lot of fights. He didn't do it with me because I didn't allow it. I told him, don't try and shake hands with me because you're going to get rejected. I told him, stay away from me, you're annoying me. But deep down, I had love for him, I liked him. He's the only fighter I ever faced in the pro ranks that I didn't want to hit.
How do you like the way AJ looked in the stare down after the weigh-in?
He's focused, he's determined. But I want to see him go in the ring tonight and have a mentality that he has when he faced Dillian. This is a war, this is a fight. This man's coming to take my livelihood. He's not my friend. This guy isn't his friend. And he's got to go in there tonight with that nasty, horrible mentality. And he has it in him.
I have a feeling that if Usyk wasn't fighting AJ, you'd be rooting for Usyk no matter who else he fights.
I am, 100%. If he's not fighting my friend, I'm rooting for him. I love the boy. He's amazing at what he does. I'm a fan. I was a fan before I fought him. I'm a fan after he's beat me up.
Isn't it hard to fight somebody you're a fan of?
Yes, they say don't let your
don't meet your idols.
Yes,
say, right?
don't let your idols become your rivals.
I like that you
check
say
this
that.
right, it's okay to do it.
Indeed.
Eddie Hearn made it right, so yeah, that was on him.
I like that you say that you sent a message to Usyk a couple of weeks ago. He sent a message back to you.
Oh, okay.
Alexander, my friend, please stop fighting, my friend, so I can start supporting you. Wishing you well. I hope your camp's gone good. Stay safe. I can't believe you're fighting these big giants. Crazy. He was already a king at cruiserweight. Now you want to do it at heavyweight. You're mad. But listen, I wish you the best. Stay safe, champ. Much love.
Hey, it's my friend. I love this guy.
Okay. I've got love love.
See what he said there?
I'm gonna send that to
I
AJ.
didn't
man.
hear.
That is my great friend. I feel like Tony split here.
Yeah.
I feel like Tony split.
Listen,
Hold on. Wipe like that.
that's embarrassment. It's hot in here as well, by the way. Listen, I have nothing but love and admiration and respect for him.
What is it about fighters like, I know you're not that friendly with all fighters, right?
No.
What does a fighter have to get that love from you?
He's better than me. He's just better than me. I'm at a position and place in my life where I would never said that before. When I was fighting, no one was better than me. I don't care who you put in front of me, no one was better. But when you come away from it, guys, and you just adjust and adapt and your life changes a bit, I accept this guy's just better than me, and I have so much admiration for him. He didn't get better by being lucky. He didn't get better because someone gifted it to him. This guy's worked hard, mate. I was in a GB boxing camp with him 15 years ago. Team GB and the Ukraine was there. I sparred with him the first time then. I knew exactly how good he was then. As amateur, before he became amateur, 81k world champion, light heavyweight world champion. Then he goes to 91 kilos and he becomes world champion there and Olympic champion. I knew how good he was then. And I always had that.
Ton, stop it. You're scaring me a little bit. Okay. You know what I mean? You're scaring me for what Usyk could potentially do a few hours later. I remember, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, remember you can watch this in the UK live on Sky Sports pay-per-view. You're watching this globally, then it's DAZN. If you haven't got DAZN, make sure you download the app. Talking about Oleksandr Usyk, Akam Barak caught up with, as Tony said, the crazy man earlier in the week.
I was sitting down here ahead of this big unification heavyweight showdown with former undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk. Welcome. Thanks for taking the time. I want to ask you about walking into this fight, comparing it to 2012 Olympic Games, gold medal representing your country. Then 2018, fighting for the undisputed crown before the fight. How does this walking into this heavyweight fight compare to those two moments?
Я могу их сравнить с тем, что я с огромным желанием трудился. Именно, может быть, даже не с огромным желанием, а с большой огромной отдачей. Да, у меня были какие-то там какая-то взбучка у меня же в голове, которую я говорил своей команде, чтобы растормозиться, но я выполнил практически все то задание, которое мне дали. Я даже пару раз чуть не утонул при задержке дыхания.
I just wanted to tell you what I was prepared very good for this fight. It's nothing to compare with another ones, but I was working so hard. Sometimes I even get mad on my team. I just wanted to tell them something because I just wanted to let something out of my body, of my system. But I just, I was preparing, training my breath, and I went underwater. I almost 2 times drowned during my training.
Wow. Damn. That's crazy. All right, so listen, a lot of people say that you had a semi-close fight with Derek Chisora, and if you can't hurt him, how can you hurt Joshua? What do you say to that?
Это всегда обо мне говорили, что я не готов, что я маленький и все остальное. Так всегда было с самого моего детства. Мне говорили, что я не добьюсь результатов. Мне говорили, что мне не надо заниматься боксом, мне надо идти работать, потому что я так не прокормлю свою семью. Мне постоянно что-то говорят, что я чего-то не могу. Но я благодарю Всевышнего за то, что он мне дает, и я это имею.
It's always was from my childhood. All the time I heard that negative. You're not going to do this. You don't have to do boxing. You're not going to achieve anything in boxing. Oh no, you're not gonna make it. You're not good. You're too small. It's always in all my life. It was that. But I wanted to thank the.
Знаешь, кстати, один из людей, которых постоянно меня поддерживает с 15 лет, это моя жена. Блин, она так меня мотивирует, это просто жесть. Мне когда так хреново было, я реально, вот даже сейчас вспоминаю, у меня аж так в душе. Она мне говорит, ты чё, нет в мире сильнее тебя, ты понял меня? Я говорю, блин, да.
Sound like you're cursing.
The only one person always comes in positives and it keeps me going, gives me a lot of motivation. That's my wife. Because she comes always and she says, "What you talking? You know what? Who said that? There is no stronger. There is no stronger person than you on this earth. It's only you."
Wow. Yeah, that's what wives do. They start fights. They want their husband to beat everybody up. That's what they do.
You know, I'm pretty sure you're aware that Joshua wants to fight Fury. Fury wants to fight Joshua. So they both have to get past two people. Joshua has to get past you. Do you think that might be affecting him looking past you and thinking about the mega fight with Fury?
Я не знаю, думает он об этом, не думает. Если бы они хотели боксировать, им надо было просто боксировать, не базарить и решать какие-то вещи. Надо было просто побоксировать и все. А то, что они разговаривают об этом, это лишнее.
I don't know. Gonna help him, gonna not help him, whatever is his mind. If they wanted to fight, all we need to do is just go ahead and fight each other instead of going and talking to this and talking that. So it's for me right now, it's not a question.
Look, I try to study character and demeanor, and I really study you. You're always calm. You're always relaxed. Do you ever get nervous? If so, when?
Когда, я еду на машине, и люди не включают поворотник и поворачивают.
Yes. When I'm driving a car and somebody in front doesn't show a turn signal and it turns right, that's when I get nervous.
I'm Why?
You played soccer before boxing, football. This is a brutal sport. I mean, he has experienced some, devastating things with fighters. What made you go from kicking a football to wanting to fight people? What was that, what was the one thing that triggered you to go to boxing?
У моей семьи не было средств, чтобы платить за мои тренировки на футбол. А бокс был бесплатно.
My family didn't have enough money to push me in the soccer, in the football game because it was
expensive.
Yeah, expensive. You need to pay for it. But boxing was for free.
Yeah, it's real cheap to beat
Are you better boxer or a soccer player? What are you better at?
Блин, да я футбол вообще шпилю просто. Пускай меня подпишет вместо Роналду, пускай меня Манчестер Юнайтед подпишет.
I even understood that.
Мой сын ходит на футбол, и он, я им прям говорю, чувак, ты должен стать крутым футболистом.
I play soccer. I play football very good. I can re-sign a contract for Ronaldo. Play for him.
Stop.
But he says my son is very good player. He goes and plays football. He says he's very good.
So no boxing for your son.
No, 8 years. It's
no, now you have the money. You have the money to put him in football.
No punch in his face.
Yeah, exactly. Now listen, we all know the story about Lomachenko, how he studied dancing when he was young. But we see a lot of videos of you dancing too. Who dances better, you or Loma? You got him beat?
Он просто это редко делает.
I think he dances better than me.
Oh, he said that?
but he dances very rare.
Oh,
very what?
Rarely.
Rarely.
Not often.
Okay.
He dances much more.
Yeah.
What about Joshua worries you? If not worrying, concerns you, what do you have to look out for?
Я должен быть очень сконцентрирован, потому что он готовил под меня какие-то комбинации. Это серьезный спортсмен, ему есть что терять. И я максимально должен быть сконцентрирован каждую секунду в ринге.
I have to be very, very concentrated because I'm facing a very good athlete, very good boxer, and so I have to be very, very careful and concentrated because he has something to lose.
Right. Normal men who don't fight, they always worry about how big somebody is. They always talking about, oh, this guy is big. You was just about to fight Joe Joyce. He's huge, 270 pounds. And now you're fighting Joshua, he's big as well. What's your mindset? Do you even care how big your opponent is?
Да, я думаю, что нет. Все зависит от того, насколько ты играет у тебя очко или нет. Надо выходить. И большой, маленький. Давид был вот такой пастушок, а Голиаф был гигант. И все.
David and Goliath.
Yeah. I don't think it's a matter. It matters not if you think about the size, but it depends how you are worried about it. you nervous or you're afraid, or so it really doesn't matter.
I know you haven't faced either fighter, Joshua or Fury, but who do you think from the eyeball test is the harder fight for you?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. Do you think Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder again?
Да я не думаю о них. I don't think Fury, Wilder. I don't know.
Prediction. How many people you think are going to come to this fight from your country, from the Ukraine? And it is that important for you, getting support from your country?
Самые близкие мои люди уже практически здесь. Да, это очень важно, чтобы соотечественники приехали, поддержали. Я не знаю, сколько приедет, но я думаю, что 20 приедет.
The very, very close ones, almost here. But of course, it's important for me. My people from my country will come to support me. I think maybe 20,000 going to be here.
You know, I had posted a picture one time with us together, and I said, who looks craziest? And everybody picked you. So everybody looks at you and says, this guy looks crazy. But if you had to give your characteristics, what would you say? What kind of person are you?
Ну как, я могу выглядеть сумасшедший, если я добрый человек. Я несу добро. Я на самом деле, несмотря на то, что там делаю какие-то, занимаюсь тяжелым видом спорта, для меня очень важна доброта, искренность, любовь. И чтобы весь мир таким стал. Даже если их обзывают, надо простить, значит, они в чем-то ошибаются, или они просто обижены от этого. Надо добро нести, надо свет нести людям.
That sounded more Italian right there.
I don't know why they saying crazy, in the real life, I'm a very good person. I always want people to be loyal, to good, to love, and to bring a lot of joy to each other. I want the whole universe was together and lovely, and to just
Amen.
And I don't know, these people who looks at me and they say I am crazy, they're making a mistake. All I wanted to do is, to let them go, and just, if you think so, maybe it's up, it's up to you. I don't have nothing against them.
Okay.
You know, we watched Easton's Corner episode of you, Aegis, and just that whole crew coming from Eastern Europe. How much does he mean to you, and would you be here today if it wasn't for Aegis?
You want me to walk out? You can tell the truth.
Tell you the truth, right? We don't need a translator for that. That mother. He's about to cry. You okay?
Yeah.
You gonna cry? You gonna cry?
Yeah, very
You gonna
good.
cry?
How do you beat, before you get out of here, how do you beat Anthony Joshua? I know you've been asked this tons of times, but tell me one thing that you have to do to beat him.
Моя вера.
Punch him in the face.
My trust.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
So, Matchroom Fights are on DAZN now.
Yeah, DAZN, DAZN. You can find it in the App Store on your smart TV. Don't worry, old fella. I'll make us a cuppa, then I'll get it set up for you.
What took you so long, boy?
I'm not having that. There's no way you've installed that already.
I do know how to put a fight on, son.
It's a global sports streaming giant. That's full there.
Can we just do it without him saying anything?
There you go. That's it. Simple way to download the DAZN app if you want to watch the fight globally. If you want to watch the fight in the UK and Ireland, then it is obviously on Sky Sports pay-per-view. Look who's joined us, Matchroom Group Chairman. You didn't like when I called you Group Chairman before. Are we okay with it?
Yeah, it's
Are
all
you
right.
accepting that
My
title?
old man's coming tonight, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
If I see him then.
I just feel it sounds old, chairman.
Yeah.
Does it?
You know?
Sounds rich.
Yeah.
Speaking of rich, whose house was that
Sounds
in the
rich.
promo?
Yeah, that was my old man. Yeah, that was the former chairman.
Yeah.
How does he feel about that?
He's all right because he's become president. And he's always wanted to be president.
Does he do any work?
Yeah, he does. He does. I mean,
does, he
we
doesn't
try
stop.
not to tell him to. We
Right.
try. I took his office in the headquarters, and and he just sits in a small office now with his PA, but he just sort of pops in after golf, and I'm like, what? And he'll come in, and you're up to your neck with problems, and he sort of comes in, he goes, how's it going? And it's like, yeah, it's all right. So what's happening? He's like, loads. Look, don't
you
worry
flick 'em
about it.
off.
Yeah, but he's just, so when's so-and-so fighting? It's like, go away.
Dad, you've done this
Leave
for
me
so
alone.
many
Yeah,
years.
exactly.
Rest
So,
up.
Yeah, he'll be here tonight.
Have a bit of golf and a bit of fishing.
AJ nights are like the whole family comes. Like my mum comes, my wife comes, my kids come. It's a special occasion.
Last time they were all out, was it Povetkin?
They came to Madison Square Garden for the Ruiz fight,
everybody.
which was and
Sorry
then
to
they
hear
came to the Pulev fight. Yeah.
Hey.
So I
Hey,
remember.
we got our revenge, right? We got our revenge.
I remember after the fight against Ruiz in Madison Square Garden, I went to see them, and I was like, obviously I didn't want to talk to anyone, not even my family or my kids.
Oh, I remember, we were there, we saw you.
My youngest daughter came up to me and went, Dad, I can't believe you lost to that guy. I'm like,
I am not your dad. Like,
I know. She's like, look at them. I mean, how did that happen? It's like,
She said that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Credit to you, you eventually walked out and spoke to the media, and you held it together for a moment.
Yeah.
That must have been difficult. I remember at fight camp saying to you, this is amazing, fight camp. And then Leeds saying, okay, well, we've progressed to Leeds, 20,000, and then this now, 65,000. I love that. But this is it, right? AJ fights like I say, Champions League, it's our Super Bowl. These are the big ones. This is it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great progression after the pandemic, and there's only one person that can do this, and that's AJ.
Yeah.
Canelo.
Well, in the UK. By the way, I did that as well.
So only you
guys,
can do this.
I'm sitting there earlier, and you guys are arguing about which was the bigger event, AJ Usyk.
It's
Canelo,
all mine. It's
I
all
did it. I was
mine.
like, I've done both of them. So, it is, you are right, though. It is Canelo and AJ, basically. And it's Canelo and AJ versus anyone. Yeah?
Yes.
And that's why the respect needs to go to AJ for choosing Usyk. I mean, I know he was mandatory. Loads of ways to move out of it. Right. Drop a belt, we don't want to. I mean, we're not being told what to do. Like, loads of people would not for Usyk. Right. He could have come back here, crowds are back, we're through the pandemic. Let's fight, I don't know, someone from the top 15. Sold the place out in an hour. But he chooses to fight.
Was there ever a stutter into it, though? Was there ever a case of...
Never one. And I'll
maybe not Usyk?
tell you one thing, is that the cautious person who's always super cautious with every fighter he represents is Rob McCracken.
Yeah.
And Rob McCracken knows Oleksandr Usyk from amateur world championships, from the Olympics, from WSB, and he accepted the challenge with AJ. AJ's a fighter. Everyone, great. But Rob said, that's the fight. We have to defend the throne. We have to defend our belt. If we want to be undisputed, we can't vacate a belt. And he deserves props for that. I'm not going to come on here, as I've listened to half an hour of your show previously, and make this a love fest for Oleksandr Usyk. You lot can go away, because that's all I hear. That's all I hear. You know, even Tony. What's Tony doing?
Listen,
I love him. He's such a great guy. Oh, get him out. Get him out.
Is this AJ's most risky fight?
It's as risky as in a way, it's as risky as you choose to make it. You know, I think the danger in this fight is overthinking the challenge of Oleksandr Usyk. You can respect the challenge, and we know how good he is as a pound-for-pound great, but don't overthink the challenge. I've been nervous all week. I walked down there earlier, and I stood right by the ring, and I looked in the ring, and I thought, I would not want to fight Anthony Joshua in that ring. You know, the speed, the power, the combination punches. So let's flip it round. You know, and AJ came out with a great comment earlier in the week where he said, I wouldn't like to be fighting me. Right? Yeah. Ask yourself this, who would you rather fight tonight? Oleksandr Usyk or Anthony Joshua? I'll tell you, for me, I mean, look, we're talking about skills and footwork and judgment at distance. Okay, it's a heavyweight fight with 10-ounce gloves on. Right. Go in and do what you do. The danger in this fight is overthinking it. The danger is trying to box with Usyk, get to 5 or 6 rounds, like you guys said earlier, tapping gloves at the end of every round. Good round. Yeah, good round, mate. Yeah, do you want a selfie? Nah. Yeah. No. Destroy him. Yeah? Take him down, beat him up slowly, and then take him out. And when you take him out, nice and clean, please. I don't want to, no getting up.
Right, let me ask you a question about you. You putting on a fight like this after a pandemic where everyone's starving out here for something like this, what does it do for your legacy?
I honestly don't look at it like. I mean, one day you look back and you look at, even now when I look at Joshua Klitschko or Frochgroves or even Canelo, I don't even remember Canelo, Billy Joe. Like it was 3 months ago. 4 months.
That was
I know, but the greatest thing when you talk about legacy for that was breaking the record in the US.
Right.
But it's just show after problem. Even tonight, I'm thinking about our Milan show next Friday. Like you can't afford to stop. If someone needs an opponent, we've also got. We want to plan a Sheffield show for middle of November. That's now 7 weeks. Who's Kid Galahad fighting?
Did you ever enjoy the moment? Ever?
No, but I'm going to try to tonight. I did a little bit of Canelo because for Frochgroves and for Klitschko, I kicked myself because after I never, honestly, didn't even remember it. I was just in a daze. But at Canelo, I did go up to Jerry Jones's box and just look at everything and go, this is unbelievable.
But how'd you make that transition from Fury versus Joshua? Was there like a depression time?
That's why we delayed the fight, and that was probably the smartest thing that he did. And actually, that's why Fury pulled out of the fight the first time against Wilder, because he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough time to adapt.
Are you saying that on air right now, live?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
All right.
Of course.
Okay.
Look, look.
If it happened, it happened.
If he had COVID, then, fair enough. He may have, but I believe, because the same thing happened to us. August 14th was the date for Fury against Joshua.
Yeah.
Right? We pulled out, and I went to AJ and went, okay, August 14th. And everyone just went, do you know what? We need a couple of weeks just to get over the disappointment, to reset camp, obviously to switch to southpaw sparring, to get the right people in. That was the smartest thing they did. Right. Because it was, and we made the mistake against Andy Ruiz because we all thought we were invincible. Yeah. Whereas 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks to go, Jarrell Miller gets popped for PEDs, and we go, what about Andy Ruiz? And everyone goes, no problem, yeah, great. Right? And then bring in new sparring partners, couldn't really find anyone. You're left with like Joey DeWecco and a few others in Miami. But at the time, we just thought, we just go through him. But that's where the preparations change for Anthony Joshua now. And that's why he couldn't be in a better place right now to face Usyk, like physically, mentally. He's really prepared really well. Just I keep saying, I'll say it to him, don't overthink this fight.
Eddie, I have to address the elephant in the room.
Me or Barack?
How much more difficult has it been putting this event together with the Sky Sports and DAZN issue?
It's challenging. I mean, look, I think whenever you leave a partner and they become, I guess, a rival.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, ultimately, not even a rival, a competitor.
There we go.
Right? We are now looking to outperform Sky Sports in terms of their boxing, and I don't mean to be rude, but we're going to do it, and we are doing it, and but they're friends, they're partners across other sports. So it's just important. It's just business, but it should never become personal. They haven't obviously been using me in the same way this week as they would normally, because they don't really want to give me the airtime. There's definitely a feeling of, we built this guy up, and made him what he is, and now he's gone. And I think that's when, a lot of their messaging now is, we're about the fighters. We don't need a front man.
I'm sure everybody else wants to ask a different question, but I want to know, what does your father think about this? His long standing with Sky, and what does he think about it? What does he say to you?
Could you
He's
buy
the
me
president
a boat?
now.
Huh?
He's the president. A boat.
Mercenary.
He was very much involved in the decision. It was really difficult, and it's not the case of walking away from Sky because they weren't a great platform or they weren't great people. We just had a different kind of vision. It wasn't just global. We needed a broadcast partner that was going to invest to the levels of what we needed to do. I felt like the model was changing. The pay-per-view model, for me, is fundamentally flawed and is a slow dying beast outside of megastars, right?
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua will always be a pay-per-view star. This tonight will do 1.2 million buys in the UK, right? Huge numbers. But we were under pressure to consistently make pay-per-view nights, for £20 outside of your existing subscription for Sky. And all I ever got was moaned at, right? So then, but they were good, and we'd keep going, we'd battle with everybody. But now I look at like Otto Warling against Dillian Whyte, which is a Sky pay-per-view event, £20, It's part of our £7.99 subscription. And by the way, a few weeks before, you've got Anthony Fowler against Liam Smith in Liverpool,
Yes.
probably the best card I've ever done. Oh, and the week before, you've got Scardina in Milan. Oh, and the week after Fowler, you've got Mikey Garcia and two.
Where are you reading this from? Where, like, you're looking this way. Like,
I don't need to read it. I'm digitally imprinting in my mind.
Eddie, very quickly, just before we let you go.
I haven't stopped yet. What's the matter?
I want to talk about loyalty in the sport of boxing, which is rare, right? I think we all know that. You and AJ have shown a lot of loyalty to each other. You've extended your contract with AJ. Explain to us how that came about and why it's so important, this relationship with AJ, since he's come out of the Olympics. Obviously, he signed that deal with you in 2013.
Yeah, well, back then it was 8 years ago, and I felt like I cracked the world. I knew the boxing game inside out. I'd landed an exclusive deal with Sky, but this was after that, really, and I knew nothing, you know, in terms of what. And we laugh now because he knew nothing. Yet, you know, we felt like we were on top of the world at the time. We've grown together. I don't say grown up, but 8 years is a long time, and you know, it's difficult to not be accused of being cheesy, but the guy actually inspires me, picks me up, gives me that positive energy. When I'm around him, he makes me feel good. And he was the first one to call me after the Fury stuff. And just say, listen, you know, and the phone went and I was like, oh no, you know, and he was like, listen, you've done everything you can. I told you, he always told me, they don't want this fight, right? Now, whatever, you can have your arguments, but he was the one who says, you did great, you know? Let's go again, let's reset, let's get us new opponents, get this show back on the road. And what, you know, we're a small part of what he's done, but without him, we wouldn't be in this position in terms of British boxing. And I believe without us, maybe he wouldn't be in this position. That's when it's a perfect partnership. So this is the 4th contract we've signed. The first one was, please God, let him sign with us. The second one was, you will re-sign, won't you? The third one was, I think he's going to re-sign. And the 4th one was just...
inevitable.
Inevitable. But he said to us, you know, look, rather than do a 3-year deal or 4-year deal, should we just lock it in for, like, you know...
Wow, so is his suggestion?
Yeah, it was, but it was like, we don't want to keep because I would move forward with him on a handshake.
Right.
But it's such high stakes now with, you know, contracts and DAZN.
Well, the one word he used was loyalty when we talked to him.
But
he's
massive. He's massive on loyalty. Massive. And you only got to look at the people around him to see that. And that's a rare individual, you know, especially who's achieved so much. You know, and you go back to people like even Canelo Alvarez, you know, who I've only known for probably 2 years. But again, like with the PBC stuff, it's like, you know, you're with us. You know, here's you know, you're coming out. Make sure you get this. I need you. You are on our team. Could have just buffed me to the curb. You know, maybe might do that after the fight. But you know, but with AJ, it's just it's a special relationship. You don't get many. Tony was another. You know, Bellew. Never had a contract with Tony Bellew.
Handshakes.
Never. Yeah. And the thing is when he beat Makabu for the world title, everyone approached him. You know, for the Hay fight. Do it on this channel. Do it with me. Offer him. You know. Money that he'd never even seen before.
Wow.
And that's the point when they say, listen, do yourself a favour, speak to Eddie. You can never underestimate the value and the responsibility that gives you when someone shows you that loyalty. Like AJ, Tony Bellew, I would do anything for them. I would stay up all hours. I would fly anywhere. I would drive anywhere to deliver for them. But someone's got to give you that loyalty. Do you understand? It's not like it's like being in a job.
I know.
If you're in a job and you're saying, right, do this, and I want to see it all later on, but rather than saying to people within your organisation, this is what I want you to do. Go and spread your wings, right? Show me it. It's all on you. You've got the responsibility, and all of a sudden, you take that responsibility on and you grow as an individual. And when a fighter does that in a sport as dangerous like this, you never take that for granted. So I love to have personal relationships with fighters.
When did you guys become mates in that 8 years?
Quickly, like I've always got on with him. I've loved being around him because for those reasons that I said.
He's a lovable guy anyway.
And people, you know, I swear to you, he has not changed at all. The only way he's changed is he can't do things that he used to want to do, like go out, you know, pop to. He was never really a nightclub guy, but do anything normal. Go for a coffee, pop here, you know, go to a football match, go and play football on a Sunday. So, but he's exactly the same. A little more stress, but his intentions are the same. And when he says, after this fight, I just want to get back in the gym, he means that. And you've only got to look at his association with Finchley, like what he does in that club. He loves being there.
Yeah, that's true.
Among just, like, not because it's good for his PR or his image to go. He's down there randomly with the kids on the pad. You're talking about the unified world heavyweight champion, the biggest star in the sport. He's down his local amateur boxing club. you know, coaching the kids and everything. And for pure reason, you don't see 95% of it, but that tells you everything about the man. Oh, I just hope he wins tonight.
Okay.
I can testify to all that. I've actually been to that Finchley Club and seen AJ there myself. All right, speaking of the big man, these guys, Ackenbrack caught up with AJ a bit earlier in the week. Don't forget, if you want to watch AJ tonight, remember, it is live on DAZN. Download the app. If it's in the Sky or, sorry, if it's in the UK or Ireland, it's Sky Sports Box Office.
I was sitting down with friends of the room, our guy, unified heavyweight champ of the world, AJ, Anthony Joshua.
What's up, Sam?
Good. You?
Good to see you, man. It's been a long time since we sat down in person. Last time, I believe it was before on the Big Baby Miller tour. We sat down, gave you some Timbs. A lot has happened since then.
Yeah,
you know, a lot. First off, I want to get into, before I even get into Usyk, this new deal, the loyalty that you've shown to Matchroom with a lifetime deal. What is it? You've been around other promoters. What is it about Eddie that separates him? What would you think if you had to pinpoint one thing from other promoters?
Pinpoint one thing? It's hard to pinpoint one thing, but
right.
I always go back to integrity, which means a lot in this boxing business, because I looked at a lot of the history of boxing, and a lot of boxers have been so talented, but unfortunately they haven't been managed properly. So when I was looking for that kind of raw deal to start with, it was fighters, I feel like, always have something that they start off with. Like, what's their principle? I want to be heavyweight champion of the world. Right. I want to be undisputed. I want to make sure that I get prize money so I can look after my family. Right. One of my principles, one of them amongst many, was to make sure I don't get messed around as a fighter. So when I went to Eddie and I looked around, he had a track record of dealing with fighters properly, doing good business, a partnership as well. So even though we do lifetime contracts and stuff like that, there's still a good partnership. Right. I never wanted to be owned by anyone. I wanted to always be in business with people. And Eddie and his family have always been open to my ideas. And it's a great partnership. So for me, loyalty is good when loyalty is paid back as well. So you can't be a fool as well. So you have to kind of reciprocate that loyalty as well. And they've been really loyal to me. So I'm happy.
Absolutely. I wasn't going to ask this, but he mentioned Big Baby Miller. Now, did you see Canelo push Caleb Plant?
Yeah.
What was going through your mind? Because it was the same scenario. He had his hands behind his back just like you with Big Baby Miller, but you didn't react like that. So what went through your mind when you saw that?
When Canelo pushed him?
Yeah.
And then I was thinking when Big Baby Miller pushed me?
Yeah.
I was looking to get him in the ring.
Right.
I was just waiting to get him in the ring, really. Rob's always told me that if you do certain things, you get like the board fine you. You get big fines, and I'm not trying to lose no cash. I'm already paying big sanction fees. So that's what he's always taught me. So like he said, listen, at press conferences, hold yourself together, because there's the streets and then there's also the commercial side of boxing as well. So he's always warned me about this. So when I saw it, but sometimes Caleb was walking back like he's gonna do something, which he did. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Canelo was ready.
Yeah, so for me, you push me, pushing and shoving. We're gonna fight anyway, bro. We're gonna fight.
So is that why we don't see Femi and we see Anthony? Because
they're all the same person.
It's a respectful.
They're all the same person.
But you know how people always criticize you. They always criticize, say, "Oh, it's fake. It's not real."
I don't know what they want from me.
I know.
I'm too big. I'm too skinny. I don't fight good opponents. I do. This is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
For me, I can just be myself. Like, there's no. Listen, people. There is no script on autoplay in front of me. This is me speaking from my heart and my head. So. Yeah, big Femi, big AJ. I'm just me. I do right things, I do wrong things. So what? I live life at the end of the day, and life comes and goes. And
all right, so let's say some of the wrong things. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Name some of the wrong things. I'm joking, bro. Damn.
Yeah, no, there is. But that's when we're younger, we make mistakes, and that's what shapes us today. Mistakes are not bad.
You've been shaped, like you mentioned Canelo. Canelo, after the loss of Floyd, he's evolved, right? You took a step back, but then we saw another version of AJ against Ruiz the second time around. So you're not the same person you was a couple years ago. If this version of AJ could go in that locker room on June 1st in 2019 to talk to that AJ before he walked out with Ruiz, what would you say to him?
That's kind of saying, that's like me making an excuse. And I said to my team, I was like, sometimes I wish I do kind of open my mouth and say, this is where it went wrong, this is where I have my issues, because I feel like when you do that, it gives people reasoning as to why you lost. But
yeah, the hell with the people. I want to know, what would you say to that guy?
What would I say? Man, not don't fight, because look, for me, it's a fight at the end of the day. One day we're not going to be here on this earth, so these are the best days of my life. I'll always fight. So what would I say is nothing. Just go through it, because through my mistake I've learned. I've become a better man.
Well, he doesn't know he's gonna lose, so you might say, "Don't worry, it's gonna be all right."
You see what I'm saying? But even what I said, like even everybody loses in boxing, yeah? From the people that are starting.
Floyd.
Everybody loses. Yeah. Some people get good decisions.
Nah, you're right.
But when you're the face, for example, one of the faces of boxing, our losses are deemed as bigger than everyone else's. So there's kids that have fought on Saturday, for example, PBC, Fox, whatever they're fighting on in America, and they lost, and they can kind of go on their business and carry on training. Now, when AJ loses, is he the same fighter as he used to be? Is he gonna? And it's like it's just silly. It's at the end of the day, I took it out and we bounced back. That's it. Just like the rest of the world, everyone fails at something. But what someone told me, failure or failing or fail just means first attempt in learning. You fail, it's your first attempt in learning, and you try again. So when you're in the position like top level, when you lose, it's like they kind of stick this to your name. But at the end of the day, when you look across boxing, everyone's taking a loss and bounce.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff, bro. All right, what do you think about Usyk, man? Is he like as big a threat as somebody like a Klitschko?
All threats. All of them are threats in boxing. Sparring partners, promoters, everything in boxing is a blessing and a threat. So, yeah, man. At the end of the day, I'm just in there to have fun, do my job, and give it my best. And what happens, bro. Like, my life.
So if that's the case, why did you say recently, you said, if I don't get this win?
I know, and I was thinking,
like,
why do I say that rubbish? Because it's just nonsense. I'm in front of a camera. I've got to say something.
Yeah. But you came back from one already.
Exactly. Deep in my heart, I understand, you know, nobody makes it out here alive. So while I'm here, trust me, I go hard.
Right.
You know, I think about this nostalgic picture that you took, right? Because we know you represent the UK hard body, like you're a Brit, right? But there's another country, Nigeria, that's behind you. I look at that picture and think of Ali with you and all the people behind you.
Oh,
you know the picture I'm talking about. Real nostalgic. It's powerful, that picture. Do you feel some sense of responsibility to fight for them too? Like, you feel that?
100%.
The
world is a big place. Right. And with like air travel, Zoom calls, social media, it's actually made it smaller. So, you know, everyone in that stadium is going to be from all different parts of the world. I know people flying in from different parts, even Nigeria, that fly in to watch my fight. So 100%, I rep Nigeria, hard body through and through. Same with the Brit. And I rep the world at the end of the day. Like, I was actually writing something out, a caption, but I thought I can't be bothered. But I was looking at my team. We got Spain, Malta, Afghanistan, Ghana, Jamaica, Nigeria, Croatia, Germany. We got every country in. So we're citizens of the world. My passport is not defining me to one place. You know, just because it's a British passport, I'm a citizen of the world. I'm at home wherever I go.
Your birthday is coming up in a few weeks, so October, so it'd be nice to celebrate with a win. What does Anthony Joshua do to celebrate his birthday? Like, what do you do?
That's part of the wrong thing.
That's part of the wrong thing. He doesn't have to pay for anything.
Do you know what? I'm normally in training camp. I'm normally in training camp.
On your birthday?
Normally, but not this one. So probably we got like a house where we can go to and chill.
Jamaica, maybe. You like
Jamaica? UK. I'll probably be in the UK, local. Get all my friends from where I grew up, all my friends from where I moved to when I started boxing, and my family, DJs, food, and just kind of have a get together, providing it goes with the British laws of COVID. You know, this COVID stuff, it's still real though. That COVID stuff.
Everybody's going to walk to the house with the mask on.
Yeah. But that's it. Party, have fun, and then get back to training. It's another year that I'm alive. It's a blessing. Like birthdays, right? As you get older, you tend not to really, you know, it's another day. But it's deep. It's the day you were brought into this world. Like, you know, 32 years ago. I was born, so yeah, I've got to celebrate that.
Every time I see you, you're in Under Armour, you're driving Range Rovers, you have so many sponsorships. Honestly, what do you pay for? What, besides your home, what do you have to actually pay for?
My time. My time.
So you don't pay for nothing, in other words. You don't pay for nothing.
Right, it all comes out.
When the last time you took out some cash and paid for something?
It all comes in.
Damn, bro.
Let me tell you why. I live a simple life. All my friends are like, bro,
simple still costs money, bro.
They say, why are you living like this? Because I don't really want for much. I don't actually want for much. Trust me, getting things for free is a blessing. I remember when I left the Olympics, and I had my past, right? I had like some issues when I kind of left school and stuff like that. That kind of got me into boxing. And when I was trying to get sponsorships and stuff, nobody was interested in me. Nobody was interested in me. And I was really hustling hard to try and get endorsements and stuff. But everyone was getting free cars. I had to go and buy my Audi. I had to buy a Ford. I bought a Mercedes. You know, that's why I was still probably hustling at the time. Nobody's looking after me.
Right.
So then I flipped the script and I understood, you know, I researched boxing, I researched the power of PR, I researched the marketplace, 2008, the financial crisis, the Olympics, nobody was really interested in
You became
boxing.
a smart businessman.
I became, because I needed to really make sure I conquered a professional division, because as an amateur, you have the door to go through as a professional. As a professional, you have the door to go through retirement.
Speaking of that, look, one time you told us a good thing about the money is that it secures your family and your next generation. It makes it easier for them. If you get past Usyk, and I know you don't like looking past guys, we know you want Fury. After Fury, beating Fury, you've made a ton of money. What's left for AJ? How long do you want to continue to do this?
It's more of a time. Okay. I haven't looked at it as like, it's whatever happens in that period of time. So I've always looked at my career of Olympic cycles. You know, I saw Sugar Ray Leonard was always saying is that, like, if you win the Olympics in 2020, by 2024 you should be fighting for a world championship belt. It's the Olympic cycle.
You did that.
Yeah, so I made sure that when I come out of the Olympics, within that Olympic cycle, I want to make sure that I conquer the pros.
You did it the fastest. I posted that the other day, from when you started, basically.
Even from the amateurs.
Yeah, from when you started to...
George Foreman done it in 18 months. He walked in the gym.
Okay.
18 months later, he became an Olympic gold medalist. So when I study boxing, I look and I say, we're all going through the same journey. Right. All of us have had it fast. We've had tough fights. We've had losses. So where I come from with a lot of what I say is, it's just a blessing with it. We're all actually walking the same journey. I was watching some old school boxing today. I can't remember what the guy's name was. But they had the heavy bag with the, you know, they had the arms coming out the side. Like all that stuff where people bam, they roll. To us, it looks new. Like, I need that heavy bag. But they had that in the 50s. So it's all the same. I'm just another heavyweight champion that's fighting a cruiserweight, that's got some skills, that people say he's going to beat me, people say I'm going to beat him, we're going to fight Saturday, and then we're going to wake up Sunday and we'll still be champion.
Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing's new under the sun.
Last question. You know you always give us a prediction.
Yeah?
Come on,
please. Give us a round.
Look, I prayed, I've trained diligently through my extensive experience. You know, I've had to fight good fighters in order to learn, which sometimes I feel like they're tough, but at the end of the day, it's really brought me a long way. And what I'm trying to say this is, I can't predict. It'll be silly of me. But I will do everything I can to make sure it's a defining performance.
On that note, good luck. We can't wait to see it, brother.
Respect my guys.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the UK.
Thank you, baby.
It's hot in here.
He's just nervous. That's all. I'm not sweating.
I'm trying to make weight. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get down. Trying to lose weight and all that rubbish. Yeah, welcome.
Bless you, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
That is one of my favorite segments of the show, the Power Rankings.
Man.
You know, all the segments are my favorite. We're going to do it with Undisputed Podcast Duo, two of the hottest new guys, Travis and KG.
Welcome, fellas. How you doing?
How you doing, man? What's going on? It was
I like the double breasted. You know, you guys are trying.
Something. We had to just let them know it's a big fight night. So, you know, it's the biggest fight of the year.
But the jacket's not big, so what do you mean it's a big fight?
No, but you know, because I don't really give it up like this. I like you lot. You lot kind of.
I don't give it up like this.
This ain't my usual. Thank you.
You look good, brother. But you had to get a little. I had to get a little bully out of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
It's tight.
Listen, I mean, look, you guys been hot right now. I mean, I know you've been at it for a couple of years now. Right. What inspired you to get into this game?
Oh, man, you know, it's just the love of boxing, you know, and being fans of boxing, it's just like, you know, yeah, we're not fighters, but we want to talk boxing at the same time, you know what I mean? And you guys, your platform, you're watching you guys over the years, you guys have been an inspiration to us as well, so, you know, I want to give you your flowers whilst I can, you know what I'm saying? But,
Where they at?
No, but you know, like
It's just
like,
metaphorical
it's a
flowers, bro.
metaphorical flowers. It's like,
okay.
hold on to these.
Because I don't want you guys giving me no flowers.
You know what it is though? I think we've all been in a barbershop and had crazy boxing conversations, and it's almost we've always spoken
First
about
of all,
it.
what are me and you doing in the barbershop?
I don't know, you know. I don't know, but
What are
we
we
can
doing?
do this. We
Oh,
can
yeah,
do this.
true,
This is why, you know.
True
Listen,
indeed, true
even
indeed.
like when my hairline started to recede, I was still going just for the feeling. Do you know what I mean? Just for the feeling. But
Just
but
to
this
be
is add
part
to
of
the
it.
conversation.
Yes.
But then I don't think we've heard that conversation just on mainstream.
That's right.
You know, so it's like seeing out you guys obviously paving the way, and it's like let's hear some of that in the UK. Our voices a bit more, some representation.
Right.
You know, and it's brilliant that DAZN is letting it happen.
All right, well, you
Amazing.
earned your credibility in boxing. We like to do something called power rankings. We're going to
Cool.
do it in the heavyweight division. All right,
Okay.
we're going to rank these heavyweights. Now, listen, it's not like there are tons of heavyweights, you know,
is
that
easy
are
work.
at the top of the food chain. I want your take on who's your top 5 heavyweights.
Okay. For me, I say AJ, Fury, Wilder, Dillian Whyte. 5 is very open, but I might even just leave that empty. I don't feel like there's a certified 5.
Wow.
How do you
All
leave
right.
a spot empty?
Because
there's
some-
bodies there.
Let's compare. Let's let them know what we got at the zone for the power
I'm
rankings.
going AJ number 1. Yeah, Fury is definitely number 2. I'm not putting Wilder in. I'm not putting Wilder's not getting in there. I will say lower on the ranking. I'm saying low.
Wow.
Low. Because we saw what happened. You
All
know,
right,
you know there.
let's see
I
how
might
you
have to
know.
stop.
I might have to stop your 5.
You saw it. No, it's still a 5. It's still a 5. I'm saying
let's,
that it'd
let's
be like
give you the real power rankings right here. This is the zone
Wait,
power rankings.
Dylan and then Wilder.
All right, so we
There
got
you go.
Alexander Usyk.
Yeah.
Is number 5. And listen, Dillian's in the building, so don't get too cute, all right?
There you
Dillian
go.
Whyte at number 4. Deontay Wilder. He's in ours. Tyson
Okay.
Fury at number 2. AJ.
See, that's why I've moved Dylan to number 3 because I think Dylan beats Deontay Wilder. And then, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Now, I mean, AJ's already at number 1, so if he wins tonight, I mean, there's no difference. But does he get on a pound-for-pound list?
Well, this is where it gets crazy because for some reason he's not on the pound for pound list. He's had these belts for a long. Yeah, he had the slip up with Ruiz, but he got that food straight back.
Slip up, that's a loss.
Yeah, he took the loss, but he bounced straight back and handled business, and he got them belts straight back.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I just don't understand how if Fury, because a lot of people have Fury number 1.
Yeah.
Fury beat a guy who's on the list pretty high, and that's Wilder. So shouldn't he be number 1? And then after this fight, if Joshua wins, you just beat somebody who's on a pound for pound list.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But how many title defenses does Fury have?
That's a great question.
And I always say that. It just, but right now he beat the guy who was the longest reigning champ.
how bad?
5 years. That's what I'm saying.
But we asking
So I
about
do
the
say the
guy.
same thing.
But we're asking about the guy though. How good is the guy? Do you know what I'm saying? So now
Fury?
you got what I'm talking about Wilder. That's the
He
question.
was knocking everybody out.
He was knocking
So it
everyone
doesn't matter
out.
how
but
pretty he
we're
was.
talking about.
But he wasn't
who was
knocking
knocking
top-level
out?
guys.
Exactly. Knocking out. And
He was
that's
knocking out all the guys who were in the
That's
top
why it
10.
goes down.
No. Don't tell me about the top 10.
But
Fury and
does Usyk
AJ.
deserve to be there then? Because he hasn't knocked no top-level heavyweight out.
Usyk's heavyweight campaign is trash up to this point.
Okay.
Let's not. Chaz Witherspoon, and he didn't exactly dominate Chaz Witherspoon. He was in there with Chisora. He didn't make no statement. That's not how you arrive on the heavyweight scene and tell people I'm a problem. When David Haye knocked out Chisora after Chisora just went the distance
always
with
throw David Haye in
Klitschko, that's like, yo, he belongs with the big boys.
Yeah.
Even if he's not the same size, he gets it cracking. Usyk, for me, that pitter-patter stuff, I'm like, oh, cool, I respect it. At cruiserweight, legendary cruiserweight.
I bet you're a little nervous tonight about this fight.
Nervous? Not at all. AJ's handling business today. I put my name on it.
Okay.
I'm not even playing.
Well, if he loses, what? We gonna take your name?
saying-
You gonna
No,
take
no,
my
no,
name?
no,
We
no.
don't
Take my
need
name.
your
We
name.
did the podcast.
Put my name on it.
He's saying, look, anyone that's got a problem, call in. We do a call-in show on the podcast. Call in and tell him he was wrong, but he feels he's gonna win. I'm saying, bro, you gotta be a bit more pragmatic with this. This is AJ's. There's something AJ's doing that I'm not really happy about.
What's that?
He's lost a lot of weight and he wants to show that I'm a.
He was the same weight last
No,
night.
I'm saying no. Whoa.
This is his weight
I'm
class.
saying that
245, 250 days.
His plan. He says that he wants to show technique and show skill, and I'm saying,
That's
you
all-
know, what,
that's all talk.
do what you're good at.
All right, let me just say one thing. He was the same weight with Pulev.
Thank you.
Maybe a half a pound less. and he knocked Pulev out. So the
All right.
powers.
So what if I
still
what
there.
if I say?
that was
So
what I
what
was
we
about
go
to say,
like
bro.
we all like mac and cheese, all like barbecue chicken, yeah? What if
Why,
I
'cause
come?
we black?
What? No, I'm just saying. But I come to you.
I don't like when a white man coming up black man.
Wait. I said, boy. I come to you and I'm saying, you know, I'm gonna freak the mac and cheese and I'm gonna freak the barbecue chicken. I'm changing the sauce.
All right,
and
I
you know
got your
what?
point.
And there you
I
go.
got your point.
No,
That's
listen,
good.
gotta be the
That's
same.
light.
There you go.
I got your point.
I tell you what, he's not going to hit any less hard from being a few pounds lighter. Listen,
There's weight classes for a reason. Him coming up to weight and versus AJ coming down, different sides together. Like if I get to 14 stone, I'm not the same as a 15 stone man coming down to 14.
That's a beautiful saying, but who told that to Evander Holyfield?
Listen, Evander Holyfield he's the unicorn of the
No,
cruiserweight.
but how do we know if Usyk is the unicorn
Because
or
he
not?
wasn't a big banger at cruiserweight. So why do we expect power at
I'll do you
heavyweight?
one better.
It's not power, it's skill.
I'll do you
He's
one
not-
better. Canelo Alvarez moving up to light heavyweight.
he's
Guys
a
can move up.
machine.
Guys
He's a
can
machine.
move up
Look,
and be successful. So
Canelo-
don't get too
Canelo,
comfortable.
right,
AJ has
does
a
a great
task
job.
ahead of him. Well, listen, thanks, guys. We appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah,
You guys
we had to leave that one.
That's the barbershop.
Yeah, there's a. You guys are doing a hell of a job. Keep
Yes,
doing what you're doing. There's two other guys, a
Thank
duo that we love on the zone, Maddox and Mora on jabs. Check them out.
Let's throw some jabs. The fight starts now.
All right, thanks, guys. Sergio Joshua against Usyk, a terrific heavyweight matchup we have tonight. What are the keys to this fight for you?
Footwork. It's going to be Usyk's footwork that's going to win this fight for Usyk. It will go into the later rounds. It will go into the distance, but he's going to have to use angles, not stand in front of the bigger, stronger, longer Joshua. He's going to have to fight with his hands and box with his feet, like my trainer likes to say. So get on the angle, using that laterally. Get the big man to get off position, and that's when you attack. You do not attack going mano-a-mano with the bigger, stronger Anthony Joshua. So that's how Usyk makes his fight frustrating the bigger champion.
Yeah, for me, it's Usyk's ability to build an early lead. He has got to find a way to make Anthony Joshua go to plan B. That means winning several of the early rounds, building something like a 4-2 lead through the first half of the fight, because then you're going to make Joshua come out of his comfort zone a little bit. What we've seen from Joshua, really since the Andy Ruiz loss, has been a more conservative fighter, a fighter that boxes a little bit more and takes fewer chances. Joshua's going to go into this fight with the size advantage. He can, if he wants to, keep Usyk on the outside with that jab. That's not a fight that Oleksandr Usyk can necessarily win. So if I'm Usyk, I'm trying to find a way to win those early rounds and make Joshua come out of his shell and then try to take advantage of it. Then try to force Joshua into making mistakes.
Footworks and angles, just like Usyk did against a much bigger, stronger fighter in Joe Joyce when they fought in the quasi-amateur fight. But either way, it's going to be similar to that. Not stand in front of the power, get in the angle, use your footwork, and then try to catch him off guard. That's how you win and beat these bigger, stronger fighters.
Now, here's what worries me, though, about Usyk. I have long maintained, regardless of weight class, that going from C, B- level fighters straight to the A level, it doesn't often work out for the guy making that jump. And up until this point, at heavyweight, Usyk has only fought C or B- guys or above. I mean, Chaz Witherspoon, late replacement. Derek Chisora past his prime and really didn't have the conditioning to hang with Usyk in the second half of this fight. Joshua's a different animal altogether. He is bigger, stronger, more skilled. He's probably going to be in great shape going into this fight. Usyk, he could really walk into something big if he's a little too reckless around Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, but we know that Usyk had that resume when it came to being in his cruiserweight days. You know, cruiserweight, he has that resume. He fought some of the best. So this can either be a case where he doesn't have the resume as a heavyweight, or, you know, Evander Holyfield was one of the greatest cruiserweights, and when he moved up to heavyweight, we knew what he did there. He carried his heart and his mind and the greatness with him. So we'll see if Usyk can do that on the big stage with Joshua.
Yeah, but taking punches from Maris Briedis and Murat Gassiev, a little bit different than taking punches from Anthony Joshua. Either way, it's going to be a great fight. Guys, we'll throw it back to you.
Absolutely fantastic fight card that gets underway very, very soon as well, the main event. I mean, look at this fight card. Remember, it is live on Sky Box Office in the UK and Ireland, live on DAZN globally. Make sure you download the app. Campbell Hatton in action against Sonny Martinez. Good to see what Campbell Hatton will do. Lawrence Okoli as well defends his WBO cruiserweight title as well. Callum Smith is on card as well. First fight, 175 pounds. Look who's joined us, Callum Smith's brother, Liam Smith, who's got a big fight himself, October the 9th against Anthony Fala. Before we talk about that fight, and it's a big, big fight, Callum, 175. Looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's always been there, I think.
Yeah, maybe so, but, you know, he had too much to give up. While he could still possibly make 168,
yeah.
You know, he had a title to keep and a title to defend, so he was always going to do that. You know, you've seen yourself, he looked very healthy, he looked fresh, he still looked a very, very big 175 the other day on the scales. I've seen him in camp, I've watched the sparring sessions, and, you know, I'm excited to see his run now at 175.
You know, Liam, I want to jump into the main event talk. You've experienced something similar as to what Usyk is about to experience, going into Texas to fight Canelo Alvarez and the crowd. I mean, obviously it was a pro-Canelo crowd. This is what Usyk's going to have to deal with tonight. What's his mindset?
You know, I think someone of Usyk's stature, he's Olympic gold medalist, he's undisputed cruiserweight world champion, he's, you know, let's have it right, he's got a lot more of a chance of beating Joshua than I had of beating Canelo. You know, but that being said, he's got his obstacles in front of him also with the size difference, the crowd. AJ seems to have his mojo back a little bit after the Ruiz loss. So he's got a massive task, but for me, he's probably in a little bit of a no-lose situation. No, I think if he loses, he lost because he's not big enough for the heavyweights, not big enough for the one of the best heavyweights in the world. If they're both the same size, it's a no-brainer who wins that fight.
Right.
You know, and I think the weight divisions, you know, it could be a case of there's weight divisions for a reason. It could be a case of, you know, skills pay the bills. And I think it's why it's got everyone, you know, very much interested in this.
Both in there, isn't it? There is skills pay the bills and there is weights for a reason.
I can still stick to a decision. I picked Joshua when it was made. Then I picked Usyk the last 2 weeks. And today I'm just thinking it depends on what Anthony Joshua turns up. If he turns up and tries to stick it on Usyk, then I think he can win and force a stoppage. I think if coming in a little bit light has made me question as he comes down for speed to try and box Usyk. I think if he boxes Usyk, he gives Usyk a massive chance. So I'm very interested in the main event.
We love it.
Liam, where I come from, if somebody beats up my brother, they're going to run from me for the rest of their life. Can we get Paul to drop some weight so we can have another brother go at Canelo, please? You got enough of them. You got so many of them.
I think if Paul lands first, against, we have a laugh in the gym now. We say, if Paul lands first, you better...
He hits hard.
We saw him crack the punch bag. And a left hook as well.
If you get past his first one, if he misses his first one, you're good.
You know, Liam, like me and my brother, we boxed as a young age, and there was a lot of tension there. I couldn't even imagine all of you guys who felt they were the better boxer, and then you guys scrapped, get into real fights when you were young.
They must have.
Until size come into advantage, you know, Stephen was always the best. Stephen won the most amateur titles. Stephen's one of the most decorated amateurs.
He has just retired a couple of months
back. He's just retired, and Stephen was the most decorated amateur, you know, around Liverpool, Northwest, and Stephen was always the better than a lot of us, and until size come into play and the others.
Who had the most heart?
Come on now, he knows he had the most heart. Liam, I want to quickly talk about your big fight coming up a couple of weeks away. It's big fight after big fight now on DAZN. Anthony Fala in Liverpool. We said just now off camera, like, look, if you lose the fight, it's one of those ones where you don't come out your house for a couple of months. But all seriousness, it's a big fight for Liverpool, this one. Yeah,
it's a massive fight for Liverpool. You know, it's a big fight in domestic boxing. It sold straight away, so it just showed how big the fight's going to be. For me personally, I just think it's a fight that I can get up for. You know, I'm getting asked why I took that fight. I took this fight because I knew it was a fight that I could get up for. It's a local derby. It's a kid in my own city. It's a lad that I know if I lose, I'm going to live with it for the rest of my life.
In the sense that it's a fight that progresses him if he wins. If he wins, he's going to be going for that kind of fringe world level, maybe even more than that. If you win, it doesn't progress you.
No, exactly what you're saying. You know, nobody above me where I want to go looks on a paper and thinks, wow, Smith beat Fowler. But on the flip side to it, they look at it and think, Fowler beat Smith. But in the same sense, you know, I weren't getting offered much. You know, the Jesse Vargas fight fell away. And at the end of the day, no matter what happens in Russia, I'm coming off the back of a loss. Whether I won the fight or not, I've got a loss on my record, and people look at a paper and I'm coming off the back of a loss. So, you know, this fight will just get me back to winning ways, give me a good bit of bragging rights, and then I can
And
manoeuvre
what happens
myself.
after that? You come up with the victory. Where do we go next?
Yeah, I pushed back onto where I should have been before the Kurbanov fight and after the Kurbanov fight. You know, I went to Russia. I was number 2 at the WBO. Tim Tszyu was 1. I think the WBO have just ordered Tim Tszyu to fight Castano now. So, you know, that probably should have been me if it all went well in Russia. You know, I've dropped down to number 5 now in the ranking. So hopefully, you know, I'll be Fala and I'll push back on to working my way up to another title shot.
Okay. Just before you go, Liam, do you not get nervous watching your brothers fight? I always ask Paul
Where's
this.
Stanley Orr?
Paul's
Yeah.
awful,
Yeah.
by the way, ringside. He can't take it. He moves around. Do you not get nervous?
Yeah, very much so. More than my own fights, and a lot more than Paul. Paul's the most comfortable out of the 3 of us.
Really?
Yeah, Stephen's worse than me. Again, Stephen won't get on the camera side now because he's shadow boxing. He's constantly moving.
Damn, I do not want to sit next to you for this one. Remember, look, if you want to watch the action, if you're watching it in the UK or Ireland, it's on Sky Sports Box Off. If you're watching globally, it's on DAZN. Make sure you download the app. And don't forget as well, October the 9th, for this man's fight, Liam Smith versus Anthony Fala.
There is nothing like a major fight night in Liverpool, especially when you've got 2 of your own going at it in really what is a career-defining fight.
2 Scousers battling in Liverpool. This is a massive fight for this city.
Obviously, I'm from the south, Liverpool from the north. Liam Smith is a world-class fighter.
He says, I beat Anthony Fowler, no problem. For Anthony Fowler, he says, I believe I can win this fight, and this takes me to a whole new level.
It's a massive fight for me. I lose to Anthony Fowler, that's finished. Now I'm capable, obviously, to perform it on the night, and I put a show something I haven't shown before.
Already it's starting to get personal.
This is, quite frankly, the biggest night of boxing we've ever put on in Liverpool.
One thing I can absolutely guarantee is the minute the bell goes, no one's going to box. These guys are going to start fighting.
Very quickly, I was to the side when you guys were doing your heavyweight power rankings.
Yeah.
Where did you have Dillian Whyte again, both of you? I can't remember.
I had him up high.
Where
Somewhere up high.
where high? Where did you
I
have
can't
him in the
quite
rankings?
remember.
I'm not starting no trouble. I'm just asking. I can't remember. I was over there to the side. I know you had Fury Age. I can't remember where you had Dillian Whyte.
I'll tell you what, I don't make that power rankings, but I'll say this. I've been saying that Dillian should be above Usyk.
Yes.
Done more.
Usyk shouldn't be there. Dillian fought too many guys. This is what I've been saying.
You said it.
I'm not saying it because he's here.
You said it. You said it live. You said it. Exactly.
What does that make you feel? And what's your
Did you just
response?
glance at your arm just now to see if your arm looked? You did. You looked at it. You said you're looking right now.
He looked
I
at the
saw
shirt.
that. I saw that.
You know what? It's frustrating, but you know, nothing in boxing surprises me anymore, man. It's boxing politics, you know. That's all it is, bro. It's boxing politics. You know, you guys see me fight these guys, beating these guys, you know, and been in the top for a while now as well, but it's just boxing, man.
You know what's funny, Dillian? There's a lot of boxers for me that can't have gimmies, right? There's a lot of boxers. You can't have a gimme fight. You can't. You can't do what Fury did when he went Fury Wilder and then he went Tom Schwartz. I'm not accepting that nonsense. Dillian is one of those fighters. I'm like, you know what? Give him a gimme. He can have one. He can have one gimme and then he can go big again.
Does he want a gimme?
Right. Obviously not, because he's got Otto Volin next. And for me, Otto Volin is good
Let him
work.
speak for himself.
It's good work.
I think he wouldn't mind a little
He wouldn't mind a gimme.
You know what? It would be nice to have an easier fight.
There you go.
No, but
Where's his
also,
manager? He should have a gimme.
also what I noticed with me is I do better fighting, dangerous fight. It's like giving it a little extra edge to get into shape, to diet better, run harder. You know what I mean? Now I'm running times at the track that I haven't run in years.
Right.
You know, it's like...
You do look in great shape, though.
I'm trying.
Can the camera... Can you zoom in on the arms?
Can you zoom in on the arms? This guy's silly.
Slim. It's not like Oscar Rivas, like, oh, you're fighting next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Obviously, we've 7 weeks now, so yeah, but I've been training, you know, obviously Wallen's been training, we see social media's been training, he's saying no one wants to fight him on this and the other, so I'm like, okay, cool, no one will fight me, no one will fight you, let's get it on. You know?
Well, you know what? We call it soft touches. You guys call them gimme.
We call them gimmies.
Here's a guy that doesn't have a soft touch today, and that's Anthony Joshua. Even though Usyk is not successful in the heavyweight division, he's a, obviously decorated amateur, undisputed cruiserweight. What's his shot against Anthony?
You know what? I think people is looking too much into this Usyk Joshua fight. People is looking too much. Usyk's a good cruiserweight. I'm not sold him as a heavyweight. Simple as that. I think Joshua do him in 6 rounds. My personal opinion. I think Joshua fights, so he fights normally. I don't try and get into no boxing match with him and try and do all this fancy stuff he's been doing. If he goes and press him like he did with Charles Martin, I know he fought all these other guys. I think he knocks Usyk out in 6 rounds. Usyk is good, but Usyk's trying to play all these mind games and trying to be unorthodox. And Joshua need to say, yo, listen, let's, I'm coming to wreck. That's what he needs to do.
I noticed that, and I noticed what Anthony Joshua did the other day. He said he's a good cruiserweight. He didn't really acknowledge him as a heavyweight. And one thing I noticed about everybody here in the UK, like no matter how much beef you have with another guy in the heavyweight division, you're gonna root for your countrymen, correct?
I'm trying to get back with Anthony Joshua, so I don't want him to lose.
Personal reasons.
Not rooting for him because that's more rooting because I want that fight.
But with
of
that
course,
being
I want
said,
that fight.
credit to Joshua, he wants to give you that get back.
He did
say that off the record.
Remember, I interviewed AJ, and I said to AJ, your fight against Dillian Whyte was a roadman fight. I said it, and AJ says
what does that
was
mean?
a roadman fight.
What does that mean?
It's a street fight.
It's a street fight. That was a
It
street
was a
fight for
proper-
us. That wasn't no
It was a
niceties.
fight,
That was a street
people buy
fight.
the tickets to see the fight,
Yeah.
because anytime me and Joshua fight, the first, the second, third, we can fight 10 times. It's gonna be just war, man. It doesn't matter who win or who lose. It's just gonna be a good fight. People didn't remember it. The first fight had everything.
No strategy in that
The
fight.
first fight had everything. He had a brawl. They had punches thrown off to the bell. They had all sorts, man. Blood, guts, everything.
Right. Everything. Look, I don't want to look past Otto Vollen, but I know you want to get in that mix. You want to get in this AJ mix. You want to get in the Fury Wilder mix. How do you get in that mix? Because it feels like every time you feel like you're close to getting in that mix, where it's a title shot, nothing happens. Something happens. Nothing happens apart from you not being in there. How'd you get in that mix now?
I don't know, man.
How long have we got left on the show to even answer that question?
Yeah, well, maybe another 2 years. Just trying to find out why we ain't there yet, obviously. But I've done everything asked of me, so I don't know what else to do, man.
Maybe you could do this, take the Shannon and Cannon route and start showing up at press conferences and weigh-ins.
I'm
Shannon didn't get the fight.
I'm not that old yet. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Well, we know that, and you're still in your prime, you're looking good. But if you can't get that, what do you do? You can't keep complaining for a fight that they don't give you. What do you,
I have to just go back to the well and see who we can fish up.
Yeah.
Trying to take another dangerous fight.
You smiled, Dylan, but obviously you're angry with that. Let's be honest. I mean, I know deep down, I've seen interviews with you in the past speaking about it. It does upset you. You want that world title shot, right? You had the Povetkin issue. You resolved that issue. You stopped Povetkin in the rematch. You done your work. It should have been a title shot then.
Yeah, that should have been years and years ago. But, what do I do? Do I sit home and cry about it? There's enough people in the world that sit and moan about stuff and cry about stuff. I could do what Steve Hearn did with Wilder, sit down for 2 years and do nothing and come and get knocked out in 5 seconds. I don't want to do that. I want to keep fighting. I got a fan base. I got people who follow me. I want to keep fighting, keep entertaining, and keep growing and keep learning. People forget I only had 7 amateur fights. So I'm fighting these dudes that's had 200 amateur fights, 60 amateur.
And you're winning.
That's what I'm saying.
Very quickly,
Another
Dylan.
big showdown, heavyweight showdown going down in a couple of weeks. Obviously, Fury, Wilder. Who wins that fight?
I don't know, and I don't think no one cares who win that fight, to be honest. I think the fight is past its sell-by date now. It's gone on too much. I mean,
No, we do care,
if
'cause that's
Wilder win, there
another
may be a
belt.
4th fight. You feel me? Wilder win, there may even be a 4th fight. So it's like, yo.
That was a typical Dillian Whyte answer that I expected as well. Dylan Whyte's part of the presentation team for today's boxing. Remember, if you want to watch the boxing, if you're watching it in the UK and Ireland, it's live on Sky Sports pay-per-view. If you want to watch it globally, then it is on DAZN. Thank you so much to all our guests. Thank you to the big man, Dylan Whyte. Good luck to him against Otto Vollen. From myself, from Ak and Barak, enjoy what will be an absolutely fantastic night of boxing from this wonderful stadium, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
An unstable atmosphere in the heavyweight division. Opposing forces on a collision course. 2 different beasts who dance with devastating boxing styles. Anthony Joshua, the towering colossus, with lightning-fast hand speed and catastrophic combinations, capable of destruction with every explosive punch thrown. Oleksandr Usyk, beware this dangerous boxing mind. An unpredictable energy, threatening to tear through the heavyweight division just like he did the cruiserweight. Surging, deceiving, and delivering with a boxing IQ like no other. An electric stadium. Witness all the elements collide. The perfect storm. Joshua versus Usyk. September the 25th. Live on DAZN.